So here's my reading journal page. There are 3 sections. Let me start with the left one. Under the librarian desk, I have some important links. The first one is Rating and Stat. It is a reading tracker spreadsheet where I have all of my reading stats already calculated and turned into this lovely dashboard. Here I can see how many books I read, the total pages, how far I am from my reading goal, as well as more detailed stats like how many hours I listen to the audiobook, my average day read, how many books I bought, until how many books I DNF. The chart on this page give me ideas about my reading habits. I can see if I read more audiobooks than physical book, or which age group do I read more this year. Is it adult, YA, or middle grade? I also want to keep track on how diverse my reading is. So I have information about how many books I read from by book author, if the book is on voices, also author's ethnicity. This dashboard also allows me to see my most read genre, most read author, until my overall ratings. To update this dashboard, I have a reading log that I need to fill in after I finish a book. Aside from the reading stat, I also use this reading log to calculate my rating. I will give a score to 5 elements of a book. The final score will determine my rating, which has extra grading of 0.25, 0.5, and 0.75. This system inspired by Compile Rating created by G from Bookross. If you want me to do a detailed walkthrough of this spreadsheet, let me know in the comment below. The second link is for my ARC request. It is a list of all of the advanced reader copies that I receive. I'm using this list to track which one I still need to review or share on my Instagram and Goodreads. The next link is my book catalog to record all of the physical books that I own. I was using Goodreads to track my book collection, but because Goodreads cannot record multiple copies of the same books, I decided to create my own system for that. Apart from being a reader, I'm also a book hoarder, and I love to have multiple editions of my favorite books. Unfortunately, I cannot show you how this page looks like for now because I'm still working on it, but once I'm done, I will make a complete tour of that page. Next is the exact copy of my Wall of Fame page in my physical reading journal. In this page, I will have all of the books that I give 5 stars. I don't need to do anything for this page because it is automatically updated, so whenever I give a book 5 stars, it will appear in here. I will show you how it works later. Each book will have the book cover, title, author, genre, and the format I read them. Moving on to the last link that I have, which is for Aurelio Magic Readathon. This Readathon is hosted by G from the channel Bookross and is held twice a year. Instead of having a separate page every single time, I decided to create one page for all. This page is super simple because the main function of this is to plan my TBR. I have listed all of the prompts for each subject and filtered them for any career that I'm interested in. Then from here, I can easily decide which book I will read for each prompt. Another fun thing is that we can build our character in this readathon. They will have a background story, like where they are come from, what is their ability, where they are currently living, and their race. This is such an awesome readathon and I highly recommend you to check it out. I will leave G original video in the description below. Now to the middle section, which is where I have all of the books that I'm currently reading. This is where I spend most of my time in my digital reading journal because I can do almost everything just from this section. In here you can see I have some information. I have the book cover, the title, my reading progress, the format, the genre, and some of checkbox. These checkboxes are related to the right side of this page, which is my reading goal tracker. In my 2023 reading journal setup, I said that I have 4 goals for this year. The first one is to read 100 books. Next is to complete 10 series that I have started. The third is to read 36 books from my physical TBR. And lastly, to read at least 10 books that were released in 2023. Now, all of these goals will be automatically updated just with my current reading entry. Let's say, for example, this stand-in is the last book in a series, so when I check this complete series box, my goal tracker will be automatically updated. Same with the new release. Once I check that, the tracker will set that now I have read 2 new releases instead of 1. Also, with my TBR reading goal, I just need to check the box and it will calculate it for me. And lastly, whenever I finish a book, I only need to check the red box, then the book will disappear from my current read and my reading goal tracker will be updated. You have seen how I update and track my reading goal through this section. Now I will show you how I add a new book. First, I click the new button down here, then a new page will appear and I can start adding the book detail. To get that, I will go to Goodreads and search for that book. I recently started The Forbidden Wish by Jessica Corey. I picked up this book because I participated on Once Upon a Readathon hosted by Hannah. It is a team-based readathon and my team prompt is to read books featuring Jin. I will leave the announcement video down below for you to check out. Back to my Notion, here I'm adding all of the information such as author, total pages, if it is a part of series, genre, publisher, and so on. And Notion is super versatile, so you can add as much information as you need or having as less as you want. Then, after that, the book will appear in my current read section. Moving on to the second part. Here is where I have my TBR. In my January wrap-up video, I told you that I am no longer have the TBR section in my physical reading journal. Instead, I'm using Notion for that. I have 2 sections on this part. The left one is for my 2023 TBR. It is similar to the one that I have in my physical reading journal. It works as a quick access for me to update whenever I read any book from this list. The system is very simple. I have the book cover, title, and rating. So whenever I finish a book, I just click edit button, adding the rating, and done. With this, I will have an overview how far I am from my goal. Now into the right side. It is for my monthly TBR. I already setting them up for the whole year. If you watch my 2023 reading journal setup, I talk about all of the reading challenges that I am participating in this year. Since all of them are year-long challenges, I think it will be better if I combine all of them in one place. Now I will show you how I plan my TBR. For the first challenge, the prompt is to read a book that you bought in 2022, and the book that I will read is Verity by Colleen Hoover. Next, I will go to Goodreads, drag the book cover, and drop it on Notion. Now the cover will appear. Next, for the buzzword readathon, the prompt is to read a book with the word other on the title. I will go with The Other Side of Sky by Amy Kaufman. I own this book for quite some times, and it will be a perfect opportunity to finally read them. For my romance reading challenge, I'm planning to read Fake Dead and Mooncake, which is also one of my anticipated release for this year. And last, for Aurelio read along, we have two options. I will go with books that I already own. Jet War by Fonda Lee, the sequel of Jet City. Jet City is one of my favorite reads this year, so I have high expectation with the sequel. And the last part is my reading log. In here, I can see all of the books that I read in 2023. It might look similar to my spreadsheet, but each of them serve a different purpose. While the spreadsheet is to help me to see how my reading journey throughout the year, this one helps me to track my yearly reading goal and my reading progress. I mentioned earlier that I will show you how the yearly favorite page is automatically updated. Let's use the maid as an example. So whenever I give a book 5 star, that book will automatically appear on my favorite page due to the filter that I already set. It is such a low maintenance page and I only open it occasionally. The last thing is on each book there are templates to help write a review. I copy this template from Joe from the channel Fictional Faith. It has a complete guideline with detailed topics and prompts that can give you idea what to mention on your review. It will be super helpful, especially if you are a book reviewer or a bookish content creator. And that's my digital reading journal on Notion. If you want to have the same setup, I leave a free template in the description below. You can leave a comment or DM me on my Instagram if you need any help. All of my social media link is down below as well. If you like this kind of video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more journaling and bookish content. See you soon, friends.